I want you to feel comfortable. I think when I reflect on my life, right, when I had to write a late night paper or study for a test, I put on some sweats, I put on a hoodie, right, and I just was comfortable. And I want my classroom to feel that way, to where you're comfortable enough to make a mistake and to be able to take some type of correction and move forward. My philosophy is respect and effort, because if I have respect in the space, we all feel like we're in this together. And if you're giving me effort, I can take you to where you're trying to go. I found my niche with middle school math. I get to enjoy math, which I did as a student, and I get to help kids enjoy it, or at least take away that anxiety from it. And I think that's where a lot of anxiety comes from students, is I don't know fractions, or I don't know these decimals, or I missed this part of my learning. And I can kind of go back into my toolbox and pull it out and say, oh, I got something for that. And then once they see like, oh, I can be successful, I create some more buy-in. You know, it's a long school year. So if I can get you on board in September and October, I'm just excited about where we can take you by the end of June.
In one classroom, you can have a student that is learning how to add and subtract all the way to algebra and beyond. Mr. Butcher makes math accessible by making it relatable to things that students know, so they can actually apply the mathematics to real life. Our math team, they were able to help our students as a whole with a 10% growth in math for the entire school.
Brian is the type of teacher that you want to be. Kids feel comfortable to take academic risks and even just social risks in the classroom. Just the care and the passion that he has for kids and really wanting each individual student to feel seen and valued. Sometimes in a middle school world where people don't want to be seen, and he lets them know like it's safe here. He makes individual nicknames for every single student, and I don't know how he does that, and I don't know how he remembers it, but we have former students come back all the time. That's like one of the first things they want to know is like, do you remember what you called me? And there's like a ceremony for it. I'm pretty jealous. It's a pretty cool thing.
Genuinely, organically, math, oriented, academic driven, but getting to just grow our culture as a classroom. I might mess around and call someone Flash, or see someone play soccer and call them Sweet Feet. And then they're like, what's my nickname going to be? What's my nickname going to be? Because they form organically, I'm like, well, you got to give me some time to get to know you. It's the connection that we really make.
The kids know it's coming, and I don't know how he does it, but he does not repeat. I think it just speaks to him seeing each individual for who they are and making them feel really seen.
He is able to bring out the best in every student. Even the students that have challenges with other teachers, they go to his room, they perform. He also spends the time to make sure the students get extra support, whether that's before school, after school, lunchtime. He's a go-to person for some of the kids. If they have an issue with another student or if they have an issue with a teacher, they often will talk to Mr. Butcher about it so that he can help them problem solve.
He jokes around a lot, but it's very fun. It makes math less stressful. It's definitely like a discussion all together in the class, and like he lets us talk about it in a way that's helpful to us, and he'll like make the lessons fun instead of just. He's kind of like if you had an uncle in school, like he's just really nice and chill with all the kids and like makes sure you understand everything that's going on.
Well, Brian's impact on the community is pretty significant. Being the head of our Black Student Union is really important to him. We're in a predominantly white school and a predominantly white community here, and for students of a smaller population to walk in and see an adult that looks like them and presents themselves as their authentic self, I think that's really important, and I know it's important to Brian too.
I attended a school in Portland, Oregon, where I was one of few Black students in the building, and I would be in classes and feel pretty lonely, just socially. So we formed Black Student Union as a space just to get together and just to see each other, just to know that Beaumont was their school as well, that they weren't outsiders, but they were included. We come together, we eat, we listen to music, we talk about what's going on in the world. We've had opportunity to create movies, go on field trips, run assemblies, just things that really helped us make our imprint in the community, but also know that we've created some memories that'll last a lifetime, and that's kind of the goal of what we got going on.
Teacher of the Year can come in a lot of different forms, a lot of different subjects, but ultimately it's a community organizer. And is a kind of a microcosm of how all these people have to work together to solve education. Oregon Lottery and the Department of Education through the Teacher of the Year program become like a family and a shared leadership team of what you'd want in any organization. Having the lottery involved elevated the visibility, and the reach is massive across the state now. We didn't used to have regional winners of the year. So now you've got 19 regions of the state, and people in the community get to see the banner, they get to see the elevation, and they might want to become teachers, or they might want to start helping the school once they realize there's an incredible person in there.
I know that a lot of people are not going into teaching because it's hard. Teachers here have at least 150 kids that they see per day. How many doctors see 150 patients a day?
It's truly the work of the people. I think when we get down to the essence of just who we are as people and why we're here to really just engage with each other and help someone else along the way, teachers are in that position every single day, right? They're not just a teacher, they're a mentor, they're a counselor, they're a nurse, they're an advocate. There are so many more things than just being the person who stands in front of children all day and delivering information. And then when you get opportunities to hear them say, Mr. Butcher, you did this for me, or Mr. Butcher, that was a great story, or I remember Mr. Butcher's class, or my nickname is now forever my nickname, or I used to hate math and now I like it. And I'm like, hey, that's progress, and we're getting somewhere. So it really feels like, oh man, I was a part of someone else's life, which is why I do it in the first place. It's one to have an impact and help them grow into the people that they can be.